If you're new to League, you probably don't know much about lane swaps, so let me give you a quick rundown.
Silence! My name is Professor Slomar, and I'm here to teach you about lane swaps. Lane swap is an old strategy that can be traced back to early Season 2. The concept back then was very simple. You sent your bot lane duo top and your top lane laner bot, usually to avoid a bad matchup for either lane or sometimes both. The team initiating the swap will often have a top laner that can farm from a distance or have other tools that can assist them in a 2v1. This also usually meant that AD carries were safe to scale up and that top laners ended up falling behind. Since the inception of the 2v1 lane swap, there have been many iterations of this strategy. For a while there, the top laners would go around with the junglers for the first few minutes of the game. Sometimes they would get level 2, but it was at least until the wave crash. This would effectively leave the two lanes running as 2v0 lanes. Now that's a little cool. Some other times, it was all about diving the top laner in the 2v1 lane. This often meant a dive would be executed around the 3 to 4 minute mark. Sometimes, even the top laner for the team initiating the dive would teleport to a minion to tank the tower aggro. This was definitely before all the TP changes. Some other variations had Sion starting on a buff or a jungle camp, getting him level 2 before the wave crash. The lane swap meta kept evolving with many iterations and forms. Sometimes, teams would even double lane swapping, resulting in a 2v2 top side and a 1v1 bot side. Okay, I'm sure there are probably other variations that I'm forgetting about here, but these were the most popular ones. Anyways, Riot really didn't like this lane swap meta, so that's why the top towers are a lot tankier than the bot towers early on in the game. Other changes to bigger systems like the jungle and the TP have also indirectly/directly affected the lane swap meta. Lane swaps reached their peak popularity around 2015-ish. However, if I recall correctly, it was later 2015 or early 2016 when the lane swap meta was finally killed. Personally, I get it, lane swaps are not so good for the viewer experience, but perhaps in a world where it's a weaker but still viable strategy that would pop up every now and then, I would like to see it make a comeback. I don't really want a world where every single game is a lane swap, but every now and then is cool. And that's all for Professor Slomar's Ancient League History lesson.
Get a load of this guy, am I right?